recognize this is Monday and people are working, but I'm not people. Hey, Rania. Are you ready to meditate? Did Rania write back to me? No, she doesn't meditate, but I'm currently learning yoga. Well, yoga and meditation are very different things, Rania. And I highly do recommend meditation for skin stuff. Because a lot of people with acne go through, actually this is what my latest Instagram post was about, but a lot of people with acne are highly stressed individuals, highly high-strung individuals. And so, and acne itself is a very stressful thing. And for a lot of people, like the worse the acne, the more debilitating it is and the more stressful it is. And these people, they get really caught up and start identifying with the acne, and their thoughts become very acne prone thoughts. It's all like acne, my skin sucks, what do I do? And it becomes a very stressful cycle. And so the more stressed they become, the more stress they create, and then that stress that's created creates more stress, and it's a very, very vicious cycle. And the way to break that cycle is to, become more loving towards yourself. That's really number one. To become grateful for the present moment, number two. And meditation is kind of that. It's a way to rewire your brain to be more compassionate and loving towards yourself, but also to the world around you. And so the experiences around you become less stressful and less, difficult to deal with, I guess. And so the acne then has a greater chance of resolving itself, because oftentimes it's interesting. I have a lot to say. On the subject of acne, stress, meditation, and identification with a disease or an illness such as acne. But I think I'll save it for another day, because I feel like that will be a very long ramble, and I'm ready to meditate. I actually feel like I really need it, because today was a day that started off high and then did a dip. No, started off kind of low and then took a high and then did a dip. And I'm kind of all over the place today energetically. Maybe it's because I'm not working today, because yesterday I was working all day for 10 or 11 hours straight, and the previous day as well. And when I'm working, I'm very in alignment, where I don't pay attention to anything else around me. It's a form of meditation. So when I'm in that state, I think I'm happiest, actually, because my work isn't just work, it's not like I'm lifting bricks or whatever. I'm creating. Not that lifting bricks is bad, not that, manual work is bad, because when I'm, say, washing the dishes, I'm also in a meditative state. It could bring me a lot of pleasure when I'm washing the dishes. And I could be inspired or whatever when I'm in the shower, it just depends on your mindset, really. But specifically, when I'm working, that means I'm creating something. I'm either writing or editing something or learning something, and so it's a very in alignment, flow kind of experience that ultimately ends up feeling meditative, So today, I haven't been working, and it's drove me crazy. Because today we were supposed to have a day, my fiance and I, where we just spent the day together. And though that's amazing, it's different from working. And I mean, today I had 3 spiritual experiences with him. And no, they were not they might have been in the bedroom, but not the way you think. But the point is that it was amazing, but it was a different kind of amazing. And after 2 days in a row of work amazing, this other kind of amazing feels different. And I'm having a, oh my God, what's going on kind of moment, where honestly, it stressed me out a little bit, because I felt like I should be working, that's where, but it's kind of my comfort zone as well. And so it's nice to get out of that comfort zone and have days when I'm not just fucking sitting there working, But anyway, are you guys ready? Are you in a comfortable position? We're about to meditate. The timer is set to 10 minutes. Let's take a few relaxing breaths as I do. I think it's a good practice. Hi, Ricardo. So let's just do a couple of in and out breaths. And today I do not have my boyfriend's timer once again, so I will be using my computer's timer. So the final bell will sound like this. There we go. That's how it's going to sound. I'm never prepared before these meditations, and today I was even late. And you know what? It felt good to be late for this meditation. I think I was here at 3:03 because I hate having a schedule. I hate it. It goes against my nature. And so having to show up here at 3 p.m. sharp every single day, it fucks with me a little bit, to be honest. But it's good for me, and so I'm doing it. And, you know, it's a way to be consistent so that everybody knows, whoever's joining me for these meditations, that they know that 3 p.m. Olena, Paris time, Olena's going to show up for this meditation. But honestly, today I'm like, I wish it was later or sooner or whatever, but just at a different time. And so I was 3 minutes late. I was going to postpone it a few hours, but I'm like, I really kind of probably need this meditation, if anything. And so it's just good to be consistent. Ricardo says, meditation takes place always at the right time. Ricardo, that is a beautiful perspective. I agree as well. I totally agree. It's just that for the purposes of this meditation month, because I made it an event, with everyone kind of joining me and being able to meditate with me live if they choose, that's the only reason why I'm consistent in choosing 3 p.m. every single day, right? If it was just me meditating this month, I would be doing it probably first thing in the morning or at random times throughout the day. I would do it when I feel like doing it. And I think the fact that my meditation time isn't really my own, it actually takes away from the experience a little bit, I have to be honest. Because if it were just me doing it out of sheer desire and my own will and going with my own rhythm of the day and my energy, that would feel a little more, I think, authentic to me, like when it goes with your own energy. So this is a little bit, especially on a day when I don't feel like doing it, it's a little bit difficult. But most days though, I feel awesome and I love it and I get excited about it. It's just like a day like today where my energy's all over the place that I'm like, consistency. Let's begin to love this consistency. The consistency in meditation. And I'm about to start the timer. So get your hands in a comfortable position, on your knees if you wish, or however you meditate. Get into your meditation stance, posture, what have you, just so long as you're comfortable. I'm wearing jeans and I'm comfortable. I love white jeans. There's something festive and sexy about white jeans. They just make me feel polished, even though I'm, it's amazing. Okay guys, I'm about to press start and I tested it, everything works. So once I press start, which is in like 5 seconds, just begin to close your eyes now and I'll let you know when it begins. And I'm gonna whisper now so that you feel really calm and at ease and you're excited to be one with yourself in silence. All right, I am pressing start. The timer has begun. You can relax and breathe. did it. Hi, Angelina. How was that for you? I like to ask. I love to hear what you guys experience. Ricardo says, thank you so much for always taking time out to do these meditations with all of us. So much abundance of love and light to you and your fiance. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. That means a lot to me, especially today when I really initially didn't feel like doing this, honestly. But it's crazy. As soon as I sat down to meditate, like right as, I closed my eyes, I had this huge smile on my face. I was just instantly, it was like I took a happy pill instantly, and throughout the meditation, I actually had lots of amazing, I had some inspiration, I had some like insightful thoughts, and mostly though what I experienced was peace and like harmony and love, and it felt really good. So it's always worth it. It's always worth it, and it's funny, I was going to prioritize other things because I have lots on my to-do list today, including super fun stuff, but it was like I looked at it almost as a chore for a second, and then I did it, and then I'm like, okay, it's not a chore, everything else almost secondary, because this gives me so much that it's crazy not to do it. It outweighs every other choice easily. So Helena says, hugs to you, thanks for inspiring. Thank you for being here, Helena. I love it when you're here. When you're not, I miss you. I feel you not here when you're not here. It's really annoying. So be here, please. Thank you everyone else for joining me today. Ricardo says, yes, it always helps before going into your day of chaos. It helps to ground you. Absolutely. Or it helps to inspire as well. Sometimes it shifts perspective. Like sometimes, like today, I wasn't in the best headspace until I meditated, and now I'm back to being myself again, if that makes sense. So it's like it switched my perspective, because when I'm not in the right headspace, I don't look at things as clearly, and I can sometimes, like, things in front of me may seem less positive or less. And then after meditation, I have more appreciation for everything in my life. And those things that seemed difficult before the meditation now seem easy after the meditation. I mean, everything's extremely easy if you choose to see it like that. And I think my life is teaching me that it's okay for things to be easy. Because I was taught from an early age, and I talked to my fiance about this today, it came up. I was taught from an early age that in order to be happy and in order to have everything you want to have, you have to work hard for it, and the journey is not easy. That was always said to me. Like, money doesn't grow on trees, you have to work hard for everything, you have to study hard. That was a phrase, work hard, study hard, Like first you study hard, and then you find a good job, and then you work hard at that job, and everything's hard. And yet, my life, funny enough, has always been showing me that it doesn't have to be hard. And so, ironically, my life is actually extremely easy. And there's a part of me that almost resists the ease that is natural. Because really, ease in anyone's life, it's natural. That's the natural part. It's us who overcomplicate it, or who choose to look at it as more difficult than it has to be, or stress about it, or find guilt or shame about the ease. And that's me. I am letting go of my guilt and shame around how easy my life gets to be. And I love it. It's an amazing lesson. And the lesson really, it comes down to trusting that everything will be okay without needing to do a bunch of stuff. And that's why meditation was so difficult for me, because it was like, okay, I'm going to be sitting there doing nothing, almost thinking nothing, and I'm supposed to have all these benefits. I should be working hard for these benefits, So there was this, I think that's why I resisted meditation for so many years, is because I thought that I needed to work hard in order to feel good and in order to have an easy life. But what meditation is teaching me, I just got this, is that no, in fact, you can do nothing and accomplish everything. And funny enough, I haven't been talking about any of my services lately. I haven't been, promoting myself, but people have been reaching out themselves, asking me to work with them. Like I just booked a one-on-one coaching client. We have a call on tomorrow or after tomorrow. I have to check my calendar. I forgot if it's the 12th or the 13th. But yeah, like you can do nothing and accomplish everything is my lesson. But there's, this is, there's a fine line between doing nothing, and because the universe, it sends inspiration in, and it's our job to listen, to see it, and then act on it. Because the inspiration finds you, but it's your job to create around it. And when you create, you are basically defining yourself. So every moment is a opportunity to create yourself. And so when I'm creating myself. So when I'm, creating content about acne and all this stuff, I'm creating myself. I'm learning through it. I am stating my preferences. I'm stating, what I've learned and my ideas and all this stuff. And that's how I get to define myself. And through that, it helps other people, and other people come to me. And so if I just sat quietly and nobody knew what I had in my head, then how could anybody ask me to coach them? About what? What would they ask? Like, can you just coach me on something? You look smart. No, I have to give value first, because I'm inspired to. I'm inspired to share everything I know. And so because I act on that inspiration, then people come to me wanting to work with me. But it doesn't just happen out of nothing either. So doing nothing and accomplishing everything just kind of means acting on your inspiration, following your joy with ease, and then trusting that you can let go and actually have it work for you, right? That's what that kind of means. So I had to unpack that for a moment, because some people really think that they could literally add nothing to the conversation and still get, various benefits. But no, how you add to the conversation, ironically and amazingly, is the easiest way, and it's by being yourself. That's how we get to create. Our creations are just expressions of who we are. This is so much deeper than I expected it to be. And that's what I love about these lives, because it always leads somewhere beautiful. See, that's wonderful. Wonderful message. Okay. Ricardo says, exactly, if we learn to let go and just let the universe in to help guide us in the direction we need to go, we can accomplish so much. Exactly. Because sometimes, even like in moments when we don't know what to do, just by asking the question, like, universe, God, divine inspiration, what would you have me do? Who would you have me talk to? Who am I? Whatever. Just asking for guidance sometimes is enough to suddenly get so much insight and inspiration and answers. And yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, once I was stuck in Ukraine, stuck in my mind. I was very stuck. I was living there after university, and I was trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. After my first serious breakup, I was like kind of this close to being clinically depressed. Like, it was a rough time, and I was stuck. And so one day I was painting, and the way I paint is like this. I like to paint with my subconscious instead of my conscious, because my consciousness kind of has really boring things to say while my subconsciousness goes crazy. And anyway, I enjoy it, but most people don't, because they look at my paintings, what the fuck? Anyway, on top of the painting, I was called to ask, what should I do? Or something along those lines, I forgot. Or what am I supposed to do? Or what do I do? Something like that. Basically, I asked the question. And then I just kept getting answers, subtly at first, and then more and more and more and more, and it led me to where I am today. You know, but sometimes it's just important to be open when you don't know the answers to the answers coming through you, because they will come. And it's almost like they come from another place, you know, but they were in you all along. It's just that sometimes we just have to surrender to them coming into our awareness. I think I'm saying really deep things today. Like, I don't know what level I'm on today. See meditation, it really helps. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for today's meditation. It did wonders for me. I hope it did wonders for you as well. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. After this 30 days is over, you can be sure that I will not be meditating at 3 p.m. every day. I will be mixing it up. I'm going to be so spontaneous with my meditations. I won't even know when I'm about to meditate. I think in here, that's who I am. I like to listen to my intuition and my energy and just do as I please whenever I please. Anyway, El Ricardo says, wow, that is what I do. I just let myself out when I draw, and then I look at the picture and just open myself to see what's in the picture. Exactly. I think it's such a wonderful way to create. I find that sometimes it happens to me when I start writing an article. Sometimes I think I know what the article's about, and then all this other stuff goes through me that is much, much more important and bigger than what I initially started out with. And that's just being in the flow. Like, we're constantly communicating with a higher energy. It's constantly communicating through us. It can't not communicate through us. It's just a matter of becoming attuned to that frequency, so that, and that's it. That's really it. It's really that simple. The answers are within us. I mean, for clear skin stuff, some of you will find this unbelievable or trippy, but I often just have insights that come, like conclusions, about skin health stuff. You know, whether it's about cleansing. I know it's like, really, Olena, really a higher energy is communicating with you about cleansing. I kid you not. About products, which are good, which are not good. And then obviously I'll do my research after I get this conclusion, you know, and I swear it's right. The conclusion's right. It's just, I work backwards. I first figure out the conclusion, and then I do my research to prove the conclusion. But the conclusion just comes to me usually like in the shower. That's when I get them. That's when I get my divine insight about skin stuff. It's been working though, because it's created 28 days of clear skin. It's created countless articles on the subject. It's guided me in so many different directions to, you know, experiment and learn, and it's gotten me outside of my comfort zone. So I just follow that divine inspiration. Rania says, it is like when you have a writer's block, you are trying hard to think for ideas, but you get nothing. A day later, there is so many ideas that come to you. Yeah, and usually like the ideas come to you when you're in the shower or before you fall asleep, and you're, you know, suddenly you're like, oh, I should write this down, you know, or sometimes in the middle of the night you wake up and you have a brilliant insight and you're like, damn, this is good. This happens all the time. I feel like I should be walking around with a notebook, because ideas course through me all the time. And sometimes I act on them immediately, and that's why I write so many Facebook posts in one day sometimes, when I'm like really listening to my ideas. I'm like, okay, this is an article. Okay, I'm just gonna sit and write this down. Like, this is coming through me. This has to come through me, you know. And other days I'm not as good at following through on the inspiration, and I'm like, it will come to me again, and then it will disappear. Terrible. Olena says, I have those right before sleeping. Yeah, I know. It's like, because everything is dark. You're preparing for sleep, right? And you're like calm and awesome. That's why the ideas are coming to you, right? Because you're probably relaxed before bed. And then it's like, what? You're supposed to get a notebook out and start writing things down. And then I don't know about you, but when I get an idea, it's not just one idea. Suddenly it's the next idea and the next idea and the next idea, and it develops and develops and develops, and then I can't sleep because I'm so awake and wired with all these ideas. So it's like, what do I do? Olena, she gets up and writes them down as well. Don't want to forget. That's brilliant. Yes. I think that it's so useful to probably have a little notebook around at all times. And Helena, I think that's you know what? I have a phone, but I don't use it for my ideas. I like the idea of writing it down in a notebook. So old school, so analog. Oh my God. And Helena's like, yes, many ideas at a time, and I'm waking up every time. Yes, I think it's also a female thing. It's harder for females to still their mind than it is for men. Men, it was psychologically proven that they can actually shut off their minds. And so sometimes when you ask your boyfriend, like, what are you thinking about? And they say nothing, that could actually be accurate. They could literally be thinking about nothing, as in not thinking at all. And for us women, sometimes it's like, how the fuck can you be thinking about nothing? What are you really thinking about? Once I learned that, I really, whenever my boyfriend says nothing, I actually believe him. But it's rare as well. He's not really, he's a thinker. He's so amazing. Don't get me started on my fiance, boyfriend. Because today he's been so amazing. I mean, he's amazing every day, but today he was other level. Like, I'm like, who the fuck are you? Rania says, you never know when good ideas come to you. Exactly. Now I feel like I should always have a notebook on hand. You guys inspired me to get a little notebook. Even though I have tons of them, but I think like a little notebook that's like always around, and a little pen. Will I actually carry it around? I don't know. But I like those writers who write down their good ideas on napkins, and like, if they're at a bar or whatever, they like ask somebody, can I borrow a pen? And then they get a napkin and then they write it down. And that's so, I think Don Draper from Mad Men, if you know that show, which in my opinion is a show but nothing. I don't know how. I watched like 4 or 5 seasons of it. Ricardo says, I have a personal journal to write. Yes, I also have a personal journal that I don't journal in as regularly as I'd like. It's funny though, whenever I open up my journal, I am so inspired. But like, I am so inspired all the time that sometimes I just want to calm down. Seriously, sometimes ideas, there's almost too many of them, where you just want to calm down. And that's why I think meditation is so amazing, because you can choose to be grounded and just chill and be with yourself, because that's the other thing. We're in this culture where we feel like we have to do something in order to be something, and it's totally all fucked, because we just have to be, and then we are, and then all the other stuff comes more naturally, so we don't have to force anything. It's like the path of least resistance, really. And brings me back to the phrase that I love, do nothing and accomplish everything. Yeah, because you can just be everything and accomplish everything. I'm gonna have to rewatch this live, because I feel like I was dropping wisdom bomb on top of wisdom bomb. So this was a pleasure. Thank you guys. I'm so happy that a few of you have joined me today and have kind of, started this was a conversation more than just me talking. And I really enjoyed that. That's my favorite, when you guys chime in and talk about your own experiences, because you guys are really, really awesome. I think I'm building a really beautiful community of awesome people here through Instagram Live specifically, and on YouTube. But I think on Instagram, I have so many amazing people who write to me every day, and then who write here on these lives. And so I really, really appreciate it. I just wanted to let you know, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Rania says, we're always consuming content when we should be creating content. Agreed, Rania, agreed. So this year for me is a content creation year, actually. I have so much that I can get out. I mean, every day, I think we all do, that's the thing, but we get distracted with outside stuff, especially consuming other people's content. And I find other people's content can actually make us less authentic in our own content as well. So I find that sometimes it's really good just to disconnect from everybody else and just to say what you feel, you know, say what you get to say what's coming through you specifically, your experiences, your special, unique point of view, because that's what makes us so valuable, each and every one of us, is the fact that we're different with our own unique points of view on everything. Thank you once again. Okay, Ricardo says, we are all connected and learning together. The universe knows how to connect us all together. Exactly. The universe knows. The universe knows. But ultimately, we each also know, because we each are the universe as well. So let's not forget. Let's not separate from the whole, because we are the whole. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just on a roll today. I don't know what's going on. My boyfriend's gonna be so happy, because when he walked out, my mood was over here, and when he comes back, my mood's gonna be up here, and he's gonna be very, very happy. Later, we're gonna go play paddle, which is a sport like tennis, but way more fun, because I've tried tennis and it's very hard on my elbow and it's very technical. Well, paddle is just, you guys, if you can find the nearest paddle thing in your area and find a partner and stuff, it's so ridiculously fun, this game. Just Google it, paddle, and you'll see the ball bounces off walls, and then you can do crazy moves, and the ball's like mostly always in the game, unless, you know, it's totally out of the game, but like it's ridiculously fun. See you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. This was Olena of popthepimple.com. Bye. That was the most annoying bye ever. Let me just say it again. Bye. That was better. Take two better.